welcome. Get that set right. Ooh. There we go. Hello, welcome. My name is Adam, and this is today's video log. It's been a interesting day already so far. Me and my girlfriend and her daughter, we all went to the cinema to see A Dog's Story. Really, really good film. Really has ups and downs, makes you laugh, makes you cry. It is kind of, it's not a sequel, direct sequel, but it's made by the same people who did A Dog's Purpose, which was really fun. So we did that today. For those of you who are just watching, I'm creating a video log every day for a year to chart my progress of life. You know, so much has happened to me in the last 3 to 5 years. So I thought it'd be interesting to chart what I do. And one of the things I do is I do also a video series on a series of books that I read when I was a teenager. I read them when I was like 12, 13 years old, up until I was probably, I still read them now, but I kind of stopped reading them when I was about 18, you know, when you kind of like discover other things. So, although I discovered them earlier. And that's the Fighting Fantasy series. The Fighting Fantasy series are game books, which they also did. Where is it? They also did like bigger books, bigger series called Out of the Pit, Dungeoneer, Black Sand. There's a whole series that I have on these books on my YouTube channel. Go check them out. They're really fun books. And these books inspired me to do the kind of writing that I do as an author today. So my books are kind of like the choose your own adventure books where you make decisions within the book and that dictates the story. And so you kind of like making up the story as you go along. And it all boils back down to this, which is kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. These are like the English version of Dungeons and Dragons. So what I tend to do is every month I do a live stream read of one of these on Facebook. There's a group called the Fighting Fantasy, and I'll put a link in this video's description once it's sort of like posted to YouTube. And it's a link to the page where we do a live read every month. And I think the next one is early Feb, like the 9th of Feb. I can't remember. It's always on a Sunday and it's always at noon. And the date will be on the Facebook page. So go check that out. Basically, I read through the book live and everybody who watches gets to make the decisions, gets to decide, you know, where we go, and I roll the dice to you know, fight the creatures within the book, and it's really fun. I do voices for the characters and I have a blast and everybody watching has a blast, so check that out. And every single week I also do kind of like, not a book review, not like these books are bad, these books are good, but kind of like a here is this book, and I sort of talk about the story and I talk about the book a little bit, but I don't give any sort of like, you know, this is absolutely rubbish and it's like 8 out of 10, or this one was really good and, you know, so it gets a score. I don't do that. It's not a review of the book. It's just simply a showcase of the book, if you will. So right now we're on book 49. I'm literally just about to film it, and I thought for today's video log it would be cool if you guys kind of got to see behind the scenes of me doing this video log. So I've got my main TV in front of me, which has the information up on the screen that I need. So just information about the book that I might need to refresh to, because I know a bit about the book, but sometimes you need the things up on the screen. I also have a little bit of paper that I print out, and this is basically just a list of every single book. And it's got basically who wrote it, who drew the illustrations for it, and who did the front cover, and the year it was released. So it's like quick information to hand, and I kind of have that there, so I can quickly read it if I need it. And then of course on this monitor here, I've got the camera all set up, the webcam, because I'm filming. Okay, hello, testing, testing. I'll be filming it, so I'm literally about to film the video. I'm going to be talking like this, hello, hi, and all this. And you guys are going to get to watch it as I do it live, and then this video is going to post later today, probably in a couple of hours time, and you guys will have watched it already. Okay, that's how cool I think it's going to be. So it's like, I'm going to do this. I've got a little monitor of me over there. I can see myself, so I can frame myself. Optimus Prime is watching us all with Megatron behind. They can't see Megatron in the video though, of the Fighting Fantasy. They can't see Megatron. They can only see Optimus. So you guys get an extra, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, that video is going to be posted right after this one. So unless I upload another one, who knows? Ooh, okay. So what I tend to do is, by the way, I don't go buy a script. You know, I don't write a script for this. I kind of just jazz it. I know what I want to say. I've just got to say it. You know, I just got to practice it. Like I've got to remember basically 3 names. You know, I know it was released in 1992. I know a little bit about the book. I've read it. I've played it. But I need to remember the author's name, which, without looking, is Keith P. Phillips. Got that right. The guy who did the illustrations inside the book is Pete Knifton. Got that right. And the guy who did the front cover is Les Edwards. Now that one's a little bit easier because it actually says it at the back here, okay? Cover illustration by Les Edwards. So every time when I hold the book up to the camera, I can just read it off the back. And they don't even know because they can't see my face, okay? You guys are getting a true behind the scenes sneak peek of what I do, you know? So, gosh, man, I just realized I look like somebody. Okay, here we go. What I tend to do is I've got to do a little practice recording first. So we're going to start recording just to see the sound level. We've got to make sure that it's going to record a-okay. So just go, you know, testing, 1, 2, 3, hi. My name is Adam, blah, 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 blah. And then we can play that back and see how well it sounds. Okay, the sound didn't come through because I've got the volume turned down. So let's play that again with the volume up. Go, you know, testing, 1, 2, 3, hi. My name is Adam. Right, I know now that's going to record fine. So delete that. Now I may mess up, by the way, guys, because when I do this, I do it in 1 take, but sometimes I will do 2 or 3 takes. All right. So, and you guys, I tell you now, you guys are going to put me off because now I know people are watching me. You know what I mean? I now know that there's, okay, so here we go. Right. Oh, this is, you know what? This is going to go, we're going to be here all day. I just know it. Because I know I've got to blank you guys out. Sorry, guys, but I've got to blank you out now. Okay. It's serious business time now. All right. Okay. And I got to get that right for the reflections of the TV. So that, usually I have it like that, you see, so I can read the spine number. So 49, I got to remember 49. I've got to remember a lot of stuff here. I mean, 49, 3 names, a date. I got to remember what to say. I mean, come on, this is tough work, this is. You know, actors get paid millions, and I'm doing this for free. You know? So, all right, here we go. Okay. Doesn't matter if it starts. I'll give you a few seconds to start. Hello, welcome to the Fighting Fantasy playlist. My name is Adam, and in today's video, we're talking all about The Siege of Sardeth. The Siege of Sardeth is book 49 in the series, and the book was written by Keith P. Phillips. Yeah, forget that. Cut, delete. I don't like that because I just kind of stumbled. You know what I mean? So this is what you guys don't see. For those of you who watch these videos, this is what you don't see. Recording. Hello, welcome to the Fighting Fantasy playlist. My name is Adam, and in today's episode, we're talking all about The Siege of Sardeth. The Siege of Sardeth is book 49 in the series, and it was released in 1992. It was written by Keith P. Phillips, and the cover illustration here was done by Les Edwards, gloriously done, and all the internal illustrations were done by Pete Knifton, or Nifton. Very sorry if I mispronounced that. And the interior illustrations are absolutely gorgeous. They really are done well. This is kind of later in the series now. We're on book 49. We're in 1992. It's about 3 years, I think, before they finished the series in 95. And it really does puzzle me because this is a really interesting read. Let's dive into the side and read a little bit about the story and find out what it's about. So it says, The Forest of Night in the wild northeast of Alancia is a place where mankind and nature live in fragile harmony. But now a new and unknown enemy has appeared to threaten the whole balance of the region. Strange and terrible creatures stalk the forest, and the ancient elf paths are now closed to travelers. No news of events in the distant city of Sardith has come through the Forest of Night for weeks. In the isolated town of Grimond, on the very edge of the looming forest, the townspeople can bear it no longer. The council has met, and the decision has been made. Some brave adventurer, you, must journey into the Forest of Night and beyond to find the source of the evil and how to defeat it. Um, to be honest, out of all the books that I've read out of the Fighting Fantasy series, this one is most like Game of Thrones in terms of the Night's Watchman at the wall, and when there was that big battle with the giants. That really does remind me of this book now that I've read it. It is a really fun read as well. It's really well written, and it has a lot of decisions that you can make within it, and it spans over quite a large area. You go in caves, you go in forests, you can travel on the sea. Uh, it quite epic in its scale, and it kind of confuses me as well because it's like the series started to die off, and I don't know why. Because for me, these have gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. So I really don't know. It's a really interesting read, and it has a first few. I've got to stop this, guys. I've just had a notification come up on my screen. Low disk space. This has never happened to me before. I've got to sort this out now. Oh gosh. So it can't render that. Oh man. Fail epic. I had a. I was doing so well as well. You know what I mean? I was doing so well. Guys, this is going to be a long vid today. I'm telling you now. There's more than 15 minutes, I reckon. Right, I need to delete some stuff off here because what can we delete, man? Gosh. For some reason, it's because I had these files. Right, so this needs to come off, but I've got nowhere to put it. I've got 11 gig on that hard drive. I can move 11 gig. To be honest, I thought I'd already moved these films. I've got some films on the hard drive. I thought I'd already moved them, so we'll move them temporarily onto here. Put them in. I've already got one in there called films. What's going on? Kevin Smith? What's Kevin Smith doing on that hard drive? I mean, not literally the man, but one of his stand-up comedy. Weird. Alright, we'll put him in there. Seems to be where all the films went. That's going to take a couple of minutes. Oh man, I was doing so well. I was doing really well, I thought. I was hitting all the beats, and then suddenly, boom, a notification flashed up on that screen. I don't know if you noticed it. And I was like, I was trying to sort it as in doing the vid. I've deleted that video now anyway, so start that again. Technical glitch, guys. Technical glitch. So, we won't get that notification now. I'm moving these films over. So now we'll be good to go. So there we go. I had like 500 megabytes, and I'm trying to record a HD video clip with only 500 megabytes left on my C drive. I've got that much stuff I need to move. I need to get a disk. I need to get a drive. I've got too much stuff on here. I mean, there's nothing I can really delete. It's everything I use. Grand Theft Auto 5, they're just pictures. I could delete them maybe. I should have moved them actually. Saying that. They only take up 5 gigs out. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So we'll just 3 minutes. Move this over. Start again. In fact, I could probably do it while it. Well, actually, no, because the data transfer, it might. Guys, this is the life, you know what I mean? This is it. Sometimes you hit a glitch, you hit a stumbling block, but you power through it, you work around it, you solve it, and you keep on going, and you never give up, That's the way it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. The Oreo cookies, by the way. That's my favorite. Testing, 1, 2, 3. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So, yeah, guys, for those yesterday who were eagle-eyed enough to realize that I'd actually given you some wrong information yesterday. I said that tomorrow my book is released, and I completely forgot it was only the 26th yesterday, not the 27th. Today is. I don't know, guys, again, if this is a part of the video before or if it's completely started over again. I don't know. There is a way to find out, though, because I'm actually on the computer now. I can bring it up and I can actually see if I refresh this, it might be a part of that. It ain't. Right, okay. So what happened basically, guys, is I was just doing the video log for today. We've had so many technical glitches just now, right? So I was doing a video log just for today, right? And I'm going to have to repeat everything I said, guys, on the off chance that it didn't record it and save it. So I was like 15 minutes into the video, and it just crashed on my phone. Like the feed went and the live thing just failed. So, oh dear, right? And not only that, it happened. Like it wouldn't have done it if this hadn't have crashed. Like I'm what I'm doing is not only do I do these video logs every day, guys. I also every month I do a live read through of my favorite book series that I read when I was a kid of the fight and fantasy books. I do a live read through every month. I wasn't doing the live read through today. That's not till February because we've already done January's. But what I do every week is I take each book in the series. There's about 70 of the books, and we're on book 49 now. I take a book, pardon me, I take a book from the series, and I just talk about it. I showcase it. You know, I say this is what the book's like, and come check it out. It's really fun. It's really good. Or, you know, I don't really give it a review. I don't sort of give it an 8 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10 or whatever. I don't give a score. I just showcase it. So some people might not have seen this book because towards the end of the series, they kind of died off. They became really super rare. Like I've paid £100 one time for a book, you know, they're that rare. I think this one actually cost me about 20 quid. So some people might not have even seen this book. And so I basically showcase it because I've got every single book in the series. I showcase it for everyone. And we were doing that. I was actually recording it for the video to upload to YouTube because my daily vlog for today is the behind the scenes recording, hi guys, of today's book. And halfway through, it bloody crashed on me. So it might add itself. It might still add itself. So we might still be good. If it is good, we're good. If it isn't, then this one is a lot worse off, I feel, because you guys didn't see what happened before, and it was pretty cool, I thought. So, technical glitches, man. What happens, happens. You know, sometimes you fail, and you've just got to, you know, problem solve it. You've got to come through the other side, and you've got to keep going and succeed and never give up, you know? And we had technical glitches. First off, my computer said we're running out of space for this video recording. As I was recording it, I had a little notification pop up saying low disk space, and I'm like, oh man, this isn't going to save it. So this is going to crash, so I had to stop this. And as I stopped this and moved some files around, so I've now got the space, this crashed. And then that was it, you know what I mean? Optimus Prime and Megatron, they're watching me. I'm going to be in big trouble here if I don't get this sorted. So, oh, I do hope it has saved the beginning of this because you guys will better understand what I'm doing if it has. If it hasn't, I'm just a rambling madman at the moment, okay? So, today's vlog, it's number 7, hi, okay? Welcome, and what I'm going to do is you guys are going to watch me film one of the videos that I do for the Fight and Fantasy series. They all get put up on my YouTube channel. There'll be a link in this video and for this video to the Facebook page where every month we actually live read through one of these books. I do all the voices for the characters. Everybody who watches the video makes the decisions in the book that sort of determine where the story's going to go, and we really do have fun. It's a real laugh. It happens once a month. It always happens on a Sunday, and it always happens at noon. And I think this in February, I think it's like the 15th, maybe, or the 9th. But it'll say on the Facebook page when you click through with the link. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to start recording it. What I tend to do with these videos, I don't have a script. I just kind of have a rough idea of what I'm going to say, and then I just do it, and it's one take and done, So I did a take. I wasn't happy with it, so I scrapped it, then deleted it, and then moved on to do this other take, and that's when the computer crash happened, and that's when then this video crashed as well. So before you guys crash again, let me get this video done. All right. So I've got the information I need up on the screens here. I've got a webcam in front of me here with the microphone, and I've got another TV monitor over there that I can see what's happening for the video, so I can make sure everything is perfectly set. And I've got to be careful because reflections, as you can see, reflections here now. You know what I mean? But on the video, you still get reflections because all this light is purely just coming off the TV. So, right. Why does that say gaming release Halo 4 at the bottom? Okay, that's for the web page, nothing to do with me. All right, let's go. Let's do this. I've got to remember so much information I have. I've got to remember the year that this came out. I've got to remember the guys who were involved in this. I've got to remember the story. So much to remember. But I am quite lucky in the fact that at the back of this book, there is some information on the back. So it says the guy who did the illustrations for the cover. So I can just read that off here because they can't see me when I put it up against the camera. I'm hidden from view. I'm hidden behind the book, you see, so they can't see that I'm looking at you guys. Okay, here we go. Professional mode now. Hi, welcome. My name is Adam. This is the Final Fantasy series, and in this episode, we're talking about the Siege of Sardith. The Siege of Sardith starts. That's what happens sometimes. Right, start that again. Delete that one. The Siege of Sardith. Sardath. The Siege of Sardith. Here we go. Hi, welcome. My name is Adam to the Final Fantasy playlist, and in this episode, we're talking all about the Siege of Sardith. The Siege of Sardith is book 49 in the series, and it was written in 1992 by Keith P. Phillips. The cover illustration was done by Les Edwards, and the internal work was done by Pete Nifton, or Nifton. I'm sorry, which I'm mispronouncing that. And the internal pictures are really, really interesting and fun. I mean, every single one is interesting to look at, The front cover as well, look at that. I mean, you've got this vampire dude here, and look at that. On there, he's got some sort of claw hand. And his arm up here looks like mountains here that surround his castle. And this book is a real fun read, a real interesting, and it reminds me so much of the Game of Thrones. The sort of at the wall when they have that big battle with the giants. It really does remind me of that story, that line from the Game of Thrones series. But let's find out what this story is about. Let's have a read on the inside. So it says, the Forest of Night in the wild northeast of Alancia is a place where mankind and nature live in fragile harmony. But now a new and unknown enemy has appeared to threaten the whole balance of the region. Strange and terrible creatures stalk the forest, and the ancient elf paths are now closed to travelers. No news of events in the distant city of Sardith has come through the Forest of Night for weeks. In the isolated town of Grimond, on the very edge of the looming forest, the townspeople can bear it no longer. The council has met and the decision has been taken. Some brave adventurer, you, must journey into the Forest of Night and beyond to find the source of the evil and how to defeat it. So, it's an adventure that takes you across like mountains, across the forest, across caves, all to this dude here, and you must battle him and free, and it's a real fun adventure read. It had me going all the way through. I did die halfway through, as I always do. I didn't get complete this, but I definitely will be going back to it. All the illustrations inside are really fun. The book is really fun. In fact, my copy of the book is a little bit weird in the fact that if you look at the book here, it's got like extra space at the bottom of each page. Now, I don't know if this is true for every copy, but other adventure books in the series didn't have this, okay? And the top bit is very close to the writing in the book. Usually there is more space than that. And it was more evident when I looked at the introduction pages. Let me flip to them, because everything's really close to the top. The writing on the page and where it says combat there, it's all very close. So the cutting of this book when it was printed is slightly off. Now, I don't know if this is true of everyone's copy of this book. I know that this is a second copy or a second printed run of this book, even though inside it indicates that there's a first edition. But I know that this isn't the first run of books, because if you go to a Wikipedia page, it says in the first edition that one of the entries, 355, has 3 options if you've got a first edition. And I go to 355 in my book, and it says that there is only 2 options that you can choose from. Okay, so I know that this is a reprint, not the first edition. But when you look inside, it does actually note first published, and it doesn't have any other numbers there to show that it's a reprint. So I don't know, but it's a real fun book. I originally thought it was a part of the Vault of the Vampire series, but it's not. It's not even a prequel or anything. Not connected completely. It is set in the same land, I believe, as that was, but it's nothing to do with them series of books. But it does have very interesting sheet inside, adventure sheet. If you look at the adventure sheet here, it's got the days that you've got to track, and it's got like bow and arrows that you have, bundles of herbs. So it's got like extra information that you have to keep track on, and your adventure sheet is kind of expanded, and it's kind of nifty. That it makes you really do feel like you're an adventurer on travels when you have to go, right, it's Storm's Day today instead of like Monday or something. Yeah. So a real interesting read. I would recommend getting it if you want to collect all the books. I mean, you must if you want to collect all the books. But it's a real interesting book as well. I definitely would be going back to it. I heartily recommend it. And that's it for this week. Let me know in the comments about the cutting of the book. Have you got a copy that's exactly like that, where the cut of the book is slightly off? How did you fare in the book? Let me know, your thoughts in the comments. And in next week's video is a really good one. We return to Firetop Mountain in the sequel to The Warlock of Firetop Mountain in book 50. Okay, guys? So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye. There we go. So stop that recording now. That's it. We did it. One take. Boom. In the bag. And now I've just got to edit that, and I'll upload it. Just like when I end this, that will get uploaded, and then that will follow directly after this. So that's it for the vlog, guys. Me and Optimus and Megatron, I got some editing to do now. So thanks for watching this.